I know I've been away from the wrestling community for quite a while, but one thing that I keep seeing around the space is the Seth Rollins problem. And I think I kind of agree. Not necessarily with what everybody is saying, but I have my own take on the Seth Rollins problem because it isn't just Seth Rollins. I don't believe that Seth Rollins is the problem. I just believe it's how Seth Rollins has been booked. Now, granted, you would say that the guy's pushed to the top. He's always been pushed to the top, even when he's been the mid card champion. But I think that that may be to a detriment. In a sense, maybe fitting Seth Rollins into a square. Maybe he's a round peg. All right, that was pause. All right, let's make him the square into the round hole. All right, you can't do that. That's crazy. I got it. All right, back it up, rewind, start from the beginning. But I do think that Seth Rollins does have a problem, and I think that he's miscasted. I'll say that this is something that kind of goes back to maybe the push of who he was supposed to be after the Shield. Did we need Seth Rollins to be the one to turn on Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns? I believe so. But I also believe that we went in the wrong direction with him just from a career standpoint after that. Because Seth Rollins, I believe, is a really good heel. And I think that that's the perfect place to cast him. However, we keep trying to fit him into a babyface role. And when we put him into a babyface role, there doesn't seem to be a direction with him. Let's look at his title, for example. We gave him what a lot of people seem to call the other title. And what about it? Right? The thing that makes Roman special in his title run is that it feels like it's untouchable, as if he's almost invincible. He can't be beat. Now, granted, it's a little bit different more in the more recent days where he does seem to be able to, you can get to Roman, right? As opposed to the earlier days where everybody feared him. But with Seth, the thing that's holding him back, and especially this heavyweight title run, is that he just gives it out like candy. He gives out defenses like it's nothing, and it doesn't make it special at all. One thing that WWE tried to do during Seth Rollins' career, especially in his earlier days as in his singles run, was they tried to put titles on him so that he can elevate the titles. But in the way that they were elevating the titles, it was just, let's just keep throwing random matches at him. Kind of like the same thing that they did with John Cena and the John Cena opening challenge that he made famous. But for what reason? The reason we can't connect with these wrestlers or these titles is because you're not giving us anything to sink our teeth into. What's the reason for this other title? Why should we care? What is the story? For example, you got Cody, who I guess the internet at this point keeps talking about Cody's story. I mean, Cody's not talking about it, but you have the internet that keeps talking about Cody's story. However, Cody doesn't seem to care about Seth Rollins' title. He cares about one in particular, if we're just picking up on the tea leaves. So again, what makes Seth's title important? Nothing. It's just, hey, whoever wants some, come get some. And that is pretty much Seth Rollins' run. It's like, all right, the guy can go out there, he can wrestle, he can have a good match with pretty much anybody. And that's great. However, what's the point? What's the story? They try to give him a little bit of something where it's like, oh, his back is hurting a little bit. Or the Orange Cassidy run where he's having all of these title runs or all of these title matches and it's wearing on him. He's having one every week. And it's wearing on him, it's breaking him down, and he's getting hurt. Can he keep going? AEW did right with Orange Cassidy what WWE seems to be doing wrong with Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is having a lot of title matches. However, what's happening with him? It kind of teased that he's wearing down with the back injury, but they're not going all the way with it. And now you have this thing that happened with him wrestling Jinder, and, you know, he hurts his leg or his ankle or whatever it is that he hurt. And they're not playing into that, right? You could make it so that it's like, all right, Seth Rollins wants this title to be at the top. He wants to defend it. He wants it to mean something so much that he's willing to put his body on the line and take on all comers, that it's breaking him down. And if he would just give up the title, maybe it won't hurt him so much. But the babyface is completely against that. He's valiant and he wants to keep going. Something as simple as that is very understandable by everybody, but they don't seem to be doing it. It's just on to the next with the next week. And that right there is a Seth Rollins problem. I kind of want to go over a video that I saw that went way back with Seth and talked about the Seth Rollins problem as a whole and where it kind of started from. And I'm going to go with that video. I'm going to react to it, and I hope you guys enjoy it.